Also new at 6, with broadband internet access becoming increasingly more important to Missouri's students, there is help available for families without reliable service. Kids without good internet at home miss out on valuable learning tools or just struggle to finish their assignments online. The After School Access Project is an initiative that provides free mobile hotspots to nonprofits that support youth after school. UScellular funds this program and is encouraging 501c3s that focus on children in K through 12 to apply.
I think that it's incredibly important to provide children this access. Really, it puts them on a level of being able to learn on a whole nother level, and also obviously giving them better opportunities as they look to do more with technology in the workplace once they leave school.
4 nonprofits in Lebanon have already taken advantage of the After School Access Project. Representatives with UScellular are also encouraging any and all nonprofits that focus on the K through 12 space to apply for this program.